Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Player Pro Show. Now, we have a great show lined up for you today. So, without further delay, let's head down to the studio to get into the topic. Why, thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for attending another episode of the Player Pro Show. I'm your host, Player Pro. All right, settle down. Now, let's get into the topic. Are relationships worth it in this generation? Well, let's ask the people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the audience, what do y'all think? Do y'all think relationships are worth it in this generation?
No!
Well, there you have it. Well, would y'all like to know my opinion? All right. Well, let's talk about it. Now, what do I think? Let's see. In order to know where we are and where we're going, we have to know where we've been. Well, let's go back to the time of our grandparents and great-grandparents. Now, before 1965, we, as in my community, we were married at a rate of 80 to 85%. So what happened? What changed? Or who changed? Some would say the men, and I would partially agree with them. Now, some of the men out there, they're not as masculine, and they're not the strong leaders and providers their grandparents used to be. I mean, for the most part, their mindset haven't changed that much. A lot of men out there still want to be family men, want to be loving husbands and fathers to their children. But not all men. You still got your Pookies and your Ray Rays out there. But it seems to be these are the type of men that are preferred the most. Now, women choose the type of men that they deal with, and they choose the type of men that they sleep with. Now, women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can. So who do they really choose on average? Who do they really choose to give their time and attention? I mean, who do they really choose to give it to? Well, I have a couple of clips I want to show y'all, then we're going to come back and talk about it.
So a lot of these women are out here having babies by these dudes that's still laying on their mama couch, or they stay with 5 of their homeboys, and then you had a baby and then you get mad because they can't provide. So now you're like, oh, I'm not trusting these. No, honey, you can't trust what you picked. Oh, that's the thing.
You know what? Y'all women don't want no good man. No, y'all don't. Y'all want the thugs. Yeah, y'all want the guys that's gonna break your heart. Yeah, you do. You keep on talking to the same type of dudes. Yes, you do. Be quiet. You do. You don't want the good guys, the simps. The guys that stay in the house and won't cheat on you. You don't want him. He's too boring, right? He's too lame. He's not attractive. Girl, you better enjoy that peace that comes with that man. That man offers peace that you ain't never had in your entire life. You hear me? You better get with that man because of what he can do for your soul. You better get with that man for what he can do for your soul. Not for what he can do. Oh, he look good out here. Oh, he fine. Oh, baby, that don't mean anything. The older you get, you want peace and stability and love.
Well. All right. Now it's better to hear from a woman, or better to hear from women than it is to hear from men. All right. Now, you do have some people out there who will say that the women have changed more than anything. Then let's take a look. Let's talk about it. So what has changed with the women? The biggest thing is their mindset. Society, modern media, and feminism have changed the overwhelmingly majority of our women. But let me clarify. Not all women. They're not all this way. You do have some good ones out there. It's just a small percentage. So why are relationships failing today? I would kind of go back to, I would go to maybe traditionalism. See, the women set the structure for relationships. Well, let me explain. If all the women got together today and said, you know what, we're not going to be intimate with men anymore. We're not going to sleep with men anymore unless there's some type of long-term commitment, like a marriage. And watch and see how quickly the tables will turn. Because men are deductive problem solvers. And believe it or not, we do need women. So if they change the dynamics back to more traditional settings and learn to be more traditional women, watch how quickly it'll turn around. It'll be almost instant. But that's not the society that we live in today. That's definitely not the society that we live in today. What y'all think?
No!
I don't think so either. All right. Okay. I have a clip to show y'all on exactly how the times have changed the mindset of the women in today's time. All right, let's get into the video.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Shit, you is, but I never see you around here before. You live here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So how long you been here?
Look, I don't got time. You're not my type anyway.
Okay. All right. So I see who I'm dealing with now. So I'm just you have a nice day. All right.
Broke niggas always got something to say.
What you said?
I said broke niggas always got something to say.
You know me? How you know I'm broke?
You live here, don't you?
Yeah, I stay by myself.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, you calling me broke because I stay here
Yeah.
in the same complex that you stay in?
Yeah.
How that make sense?
Any nigga trying to talk to me has to have their shit together.
Curious to know what all does a guy need to qualify to date you?
He needs to have his own crib, not an apartment. His own car that's not busted. At least making 6 figures and know how to treat me like a princess.
How old you is?
22.
You stay here by yourself?
I live with my mom.
This your car?
I share it with her too.
What you do for a living?
I work at Wendy's.
That's it?
Yeah.
So how the f do you expect a nigga to have all that when you ain't got none of it?
What he need to worry about is what he got going on. That's all that matters.
So he gotta pull up on you every time y'all hang out. Like you ain't even got the option to do that for him.
Okay, mind your damn business and go on about your day, trash man.
Where the f that came from?
You taking out the trash, aren't you?
Yeah, like a normal person would.
My nigga would have them come get it from the house.
He still gotta take it to the dump. Ma'am, you have a nice day. I hope your delusion come to life.
Delusion? What's that supposed to mean?
Still talking? Bro, hold on, got something to say.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, like y'all seen right there, this is the mindset of so many of our women in this generation. But I don't blame this generation of women or men for their perception on how relationships should operate in these modern times. I blame the generation of women before them. The single mother epidemic has a lasting effect on how this generation view marriage and relationships. The men have been raised to be a little too soft, too feminine, and the women have been raised to be a little too hard, a little too masculine. Now, when it comes to cooperating with a man, when it comes to cooperating with the men that women truly desire, there's a level of respect that is needed in order for that relationship to prosper. But the strong and independent trope that's plagued our community is destroying the modern relationship. And then you add in a little social media, feminism, and the other women that women want, the other women that these women want to be like a Cardi B, a Meg Thee Stallion, Ciara, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, and I'll even throw Kim K in there. Now these are the women that y'all idolize. And all of these women have men and or have families at home. And they don't live the life that they preach about. Okay. But it sells records. And then, or it sells y'all a dream of being a boss chick. Now there are plenty of good men out there, but they usually don't come in the package that most of y'all consider attractive, that y'all are attracted to. And that's why over 50% of our men are single and childless. Now if y'all want 6 foot, 6 pack, and 6 figures, then add in attractiveness, then y'all gonna keep getting passed around by a small percentage of men that seem like all women are chasing. Now, that brings me to my next clip. Now, we're gonna watch a couple of more clips and then we're gonna come back and talk about it.
But the majority of men are good men.
Ooh,
it's a very small percentage of men that are sleeping with all the women. Like it's a very, like if you want a guy that's over 6 foot, that's 15% of men. You want him to be cute, cut that in half. You want him to make money, cut that in half. It's a very small percentage of men that are sleeping with all the girls. Like every girl has a guy in their friend zone that would treat them well, and they know would treat them well, and they know likes them. And it's like, we don't pick them. And then we're gonna cry because the guy we picked is bad to us, but you could have picked the guy in the friend zone.
We do not sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. We don't care if you're nice, listen, if a sexy guy is sleeping on his mom's couch and he's got game and he's sexy, a woman will sleep with him. Mm-hmm. She won't friend zone him, but she'll friend zone a nice guy who does all the right things and she's not sexually attracted. She'll take your money, she'll take your time, and then she'll tell you goodbye. Women will do that. So make sure they're attracted to you before you spend money on them.
All right. There you have it. All right. Okay, ladies. I'm not saying y'all have to settle for a bum, but until y'all standards start becoming more realistic, the dating problems that we're having will never change. I mean, they'll never change. I mean, you see the men checking out, passport bros, leaving, going to another country, or just giving up altogether. Either way, y'all lose. Either way. All right. Well, that's all. That's all for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, of the Player Pro Show. Thank y'all for coming out. And like I always say, we are better together than we are apart. So until the next episode, I do bid y'all adieu.